Hi everybody. The purpose of this video is to walk you through the process of how to create your COSHH risk assessment within the NCASS member dashboard. COSHH, as you may well know, stands for Control of Substances Hazardous to Health, and to comply with COSHH regulations as an employer, it's essential to assess and manage the risks associated with the use of hazardous substances in the workplace. There is a section dedicated to COSHH within your NCASS safety management system, so if you haven't already done so, please do take the time to read through it. You'll find it in your compliance manual, as I said, of the safety management system. If you've never done a COSHH risk assessment before, don't worry, the system is designed to walk you through the process. And primarily, the COSHH assessment for catering businesses concentrates on cleaning chemicals. However, you can also assess and document controls for other hazardous substances like dust or fumes using this tool, but we'll come on to that shortly. Although the process aims for simplicity, it's crucial not to rush through it. Take the time to consider the controls carefully so that the final document you produce accurately reflects the risks associated with your food and your drinks business. Okay, let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do is log in at ncas.org.uk. We're going to click this button here, and then we're just going to log in with our membership number and password. Okay, that's going to take us into the new member dashboard, which looks a little bit like this. What we want to do is come up here, click this documents drop down, and then we can see it there. It's the third one down, COSHH Assessment. That's going to take us into the COSHH Risk Assessment tool. So the first section here is some instructions around COSHH. So it's essential to read through that. Pay attention to this part in particular here as well, where it mentions primary authority. It points out that any additional hazards or any additional controls that you enter into the tool here cannot be considered primary authority assured. So just bear that in mind. But just regarding the primary authority, it is important to actually inform your local authority or your environmental health officer during any visits or inspections that you are a member of NCASS and therefore you're part of a primary authority partnership. Now, if you're in England, that's with the Royal Borough of Greenwich and Monmouthshire County Council if you're in Wales. Now, as an NCASS member using the NCASS system, it means that you are utilising a primary authority assured system for all your compliance. Now, unfortunately, the primary authority schemes are not currently available in Scotland or Northern Ireland. However, the documentation that you produce and generate through the NCASS systems will still be absolutely accurate, relevant and accepted in both countries. For more information on the benefits of primary authority as a member of NCASS, please do visit the primary authority pages on the NCASS website, or by all means just consult your account manager here at NCASS. But once you've gone through anyway and you're happy with these instructions, you're just going to want to tick this box down here to say that you've read and understood, and that's going to take us to the top of the tool. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the primary hazard for most catering businesses in COSHH relates to this here, the use of cleaning chemicals. So the first thing we need to consider when we're considering this hazard is who might be harmed. Well, when it comes to cleaning chemicals, it could well be members of staff, it could be contractors, or it could be members of the public. So these three are already pre-populated here. Now, if you do have anyone else that you need to add in here, you can do so just by simply typing it in the box and clicking enter. So for instance, just put an example in here, suppliers, click enter, and there we go. That's added that for me. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to keep things simple. So I'm going to head and remove that. I'm going to do that just by clicking the X there. And the next thing we need to consider is in what way may they be harmed. So you can see here we have a range of, again, pre-populated answers of typical injury risks or potential risks when it comes to cleaning chemicals. Now, again, if you need to add in anything here, you can do so here. You can see we've got chemical burns, skin irritation, eye damage, asthma, breathing problems. As I said, if you need to add anything here, then you can do just using that box. Just whilst I'm on it, if you accidentally delete any of these answers, so for instance there, and you can't remember what they were, so you can't add them back in, best thing to do is just head up here, click this reset to default button, and that's going to restart the process for you. Just bear in mind that you will lose any progress that you've made in doing that, so just make sure that you absolutely do need to do that before you click that button. Thirdly, we've just got here what might cause the harm. So you can see here we've got contact with cleaning chemicals, and we've also got inhaling vapor from cleaning chemicals. So again, we've got the ability to enter in anything else that you might need to there. Just do it in the same way, type it in and press enter. Okay, now we're going to move on to the controls. So these are the actions taken in order to reduce risk and prevent harm. So you need to read through each one of these and consider each one of them in turn. So let's just go through. So the first control here, we have chemicals hazardous to health are identified and where reasonably practicable replaced with alternative chemicals that are not hazardous to health. So I have to consider, does that apply to my business? Do I do that? Do I have that control in place? Yes, I do. Chemicals that do not need dilution, i.e. are ready to use, are chosen wherever possible. Yes. Automated dosing of chemicals is used where possible. And we're just going to work our way through here and answering all the controls. Now, if you do come to one whereby you don't necessarily carry out the same control, but you may use an alternative control, then what you can then do is click the no, and then add in your alternative control, whatever that may be. I'm not going to do that for the sake of this video, but you've got that ability to do that there. I'm just going to work my way down. Obviously, you'll take a little bit more time than I am to make sure that you get this right. This could be a good one where maybe that's the answer is actually not applicable. So in this one, use of rubber gloves or latex gloves is avoided where possible. I might put not applicable there if I don't use any rubber gloves or latex gloves in my business. I'll just keep that as not applicable on that one. And then we're just going to work our way through down. Like I said, you'll spend more time on this than I am now for the sake of this video. So we've read through each one and we've answered. And then we've got to the bottom. Now, what we have here is the ability to actually add in any other controls that you may have within the business. So you can do that there. You type in your control there, and then you'd probably answer yes because it's your control. If you do need to delete it, then you can just use that trash icon there. Just bear in mind that actually the pre-populated controls you can't actually delete, but you do have the ability to delete your additional controls. And then we also have this add new hazard button here. So this is what I mentioned at the beginning, to add in any potential hazards in addition to cleaning chemicals. So it may well be production of fumes. Something like that. And then again, you would follow the same process. So who would be harmed? In what way might they be harmed? What would cause the harm? And then also the controls that you're putting in place, the actions in place to control that risk, control that hazard as well. Again, for the sake of this video, I'm going to take that one out. Just keep it simple. And that's it. There we go. We've answered it. We've done the COSHH assessment for the use of cleaning chemicals, which is very typical for a food and drinks business. All we need to then do is just, it's not letting me create the document. Reason for that is I haven't put in a signature. So I'm just going to put a little squiggle in. It's got my name in there. Oh, won't let me create the document, probably because I need to go, yep, tick this box here, read and understood. And there we go. When I come back down to the bottom, you'll see now the button has gone green, allowing me to click that. And there we go. I've now created the document. We can see it here, COSHH Assessment. I just click that button. That's then going to open a download. And it's going to load up for me. And there we go. I've got my COSHH Assessment there. That's it. We've completed the process. So nice and easy. Now, just bear in mind, this will be obviously stored within your within your company documents section. You can also send it using the Send Documents button within the dashboard as well. What you'll want to do is just print off this document and include it in your policies and risk assessment section of your safety management system. Just bear in mind that if you've joined or renewed your membership and you've created this document within 5 days of joining or renewing, we'll actually print out this document and include it in your policies and risk assessment section of your safety management system for you. Just remember, all of your risk assessments, the key to your confidence in management score within your overall food hygiene rating. So again, it is critical that you can access them, that you can understand them, and then most importantly, that you are implementing those controls on a day-to-day basis. But for now, I think that brings us to the end of this video. Of course, if you do have any problems or require any assistance with this process or anything else for that matter, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us at NCASS. Thank you very much.